I don't know why I want to start this with a British accent. Like, just starting pretending to be British. And then everyone will want to watch. And then someone doxes me eventually. I've been wanting to do booktube for a really long time. I've always been a reader, but I started out watching Christine Riccio, Sasha Ellsberg, Jesse the Reader, like the OGs. That was when I was in middle school, and I'm 21. I'm almost 22. 22 in like 3 weeks, which is weird because I started watching booktube probably almost a decade ago. And I kind of decided I'm gonna bite the bullet. Book talk is not what I really want to do because I'm a rambler. I want to do longer form content. I know book talk you can do like TikTok, you can do like 7 to 10 minute videos, but still something about TikTok stresses me out. And YouTube is the OG. It's booktube. Also, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Jillian with a G, but pronounced like it is with a J, not Gillian. And I'm from Tampa, Florida. So this sweater that I'm wearing is completely unnecessary because it's like 77 degrees outside. I'm almost 22 on December 11th, Sagittarius. So who knows where this will go. Maybe this is the only video I upload. Hopefully not. But yeah. I'm gonna do the booktube newbie tag, which is really difficult to say for some reason, but I'm gonna do that. And first question is, why did I start this channel? Which I kind of already touched on, but I would say my biggest inspirations as of late, besides like the OGs that I mentioned, are Sarah Carelli. I'm sorry, Sarah, you're not watching this, but if I mispronounced your last name, I'm sorry, and I know you probably get that all the time. Also, Destiny Sidwell, Sarah and Des. Bookmarked. What can I say? I'd like to be best friends. Other honorable mentions, Big Book Lady on TikTok and Dakota Warren. Lady Dakota Warren. There's probably people I'm forgetting, but fingers crossed. Those are like the main 4 that come to mind, which means that they're like probably the biggest inspirations. So second question is what fun and unique things I can bring to booktube, and I'm just gonna be honest, nothing. I kind of just pick and choose like what I like, I'm vibing with in that moment. I'm not a classics person. I've tried, and I'm not a romance person. I've tried. I'm just not a romantic person really, in my personal life, and something about romance. I'm searching for the perfect romance for me, well, in real life and in books. I don't know. Maybe you guys will be thrown off by the books I'm reading. Probably not. I'm not reading anything unique. The third question is, what am I most excited about in starting this channel? Getting out of my comfort zone, because I'm not an awkward person in real life, but the second I'm on camera, I just feel really awkward, whether I'm being photographed or videoed. And I just feel like it's good for my personal confidence. And also I just love books, and I would love to connect with more people who love books. Only recently have I started making friends who really love books as much as I do, which is kind of weird to me because I know that clearly from book talk and booktube there are a million people, especially girls, who love reading, but I would just always like to be making more friends who like to read. The fourth question is, can you tell I'm reading it? The fourth question is, why do I love reading? And my answer is not going to be unique. I don't know, I just love to escape, which is a really basic answer, but it's a really meaningful answer because I love books and I really can't imagine where I would be without them. And I look like I'm about to start crying. Feeling less alone, which is, again, a really deep answer, but and a really basic answer, but it's the truth. Because as Will Herondale once said, I hope he said this, and I hope I'm not misremembering the quote, but books make me feel less alone. Only recently have I started finding myself and finding my people, because I've always been a part of that. And my people thus far are lovers of books as well, and I feel like those two things are really intricately connected. So yeah. The fifth question is a mixed bag because it's what book or series got me into reading. I've always been a reader. both my parents always encouraged me, and my brothers always loved reading. But I would say the books that really got me, I guess, I've always been excited about reading. Probably the ones that fundamentally changed the way that I really loved to read, and kind of in stages, is probably initially Nancy Drew. My mom has a bunch of vintage Nancy Drews from when she was younger, and I ate those up. I've read most of them. The Nancy Drew graphic novels, if anyone's, I feel like that's really niche. I feel like no one really talks about the Nancy Drew graphic novels. I love them. And then Harry Potter. I do have a Harry Potter tattoo. I got it when I was 18. The Hunger Games. Why did I read that when I was 9? I don't really know, Mom. You tell me. I was a senior in high school when the pandemic started, and I felt really alone, and that's, I guess, when books found me again. And from that, it was A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. That is really what got me insanely into reading. The 6th question is kind of, I don't know how to answer it, but it's what questions would I ask my favorite booktubers? I guess I would ask for recommendations, but really specifically tailored towards me. Okay, the 7th question is what challenges do I think will be the hardest to overcome? Definitely starting my face when I'm editing videos. Editing, because I've always been a lazy editor. And I think just being consistent, because hopefully I'm about to start a really big chapter in my life, becoming a professional for the first time outside of school, potentially moving in the near future. Taking notes, I guess, with books, instead of just keeping it all in my head until I'm okay guys, I read this book, and then I have nothing to share. So the 8th question I've kind of already answered, but it's when did I start reading? And honestly, I can't give you a specific time or day because I was very young, but definitely probably around the time that most people start reading, I started reading. Whenever little kids are able to start reading. The 9th question is where do I read? But I read probably the most in bed, or I was just recording. Well, I wasn't recording. I thought I was recording. The 10th question, just talk for a minute. The 10th question is what kind of books do I like to read? And I will really try to read anything once. See, as evidenced by just the small portion of my bookshelf, I really love fantasy. I really love historical fiction, weirdly, especially if it's historical fiction fantasy. Love that. Love it. Divine Rivals, I love you. And I like specific sorts of classics. I love, oh god, the two books I'm about to give examples. I love American Psycho and I love Lolita, but not in a way that's oh my god, I'm so, what's his name? I'm so Christian Bale. I forgot his name in the book. Or oh my god, I love Lolita. It's more so that I like that sort of prose that gives me a villainous character, or something really disturbing to follow along with, because then it's there's still really good prose, but I'm less bored, if that makes sense. I don't know. Lolita gets really boring towards the end though, so I hope that answered. I feel like I just rambled. Last question, that's not on every single tag, but I really want to do it, especially because I just redecorated my bookshelf yesterday, is what does my book collection look like? This is a little part of it. My mom put these little flamingos on the back of the bookshelf. She's really sad that all my books are covering them up. Sorry, Mom. I'm just gonna do a cute little montage. Maybe it's not a montage of my books. I don't know why the iPhone 14 makes some videos look really bad, but this is my bookshelf. It's kind of by genre, kind of by author, kind of by color. I don't know. I can do a more in-depth video if anyone cares to see. Here is my book cart. These are my TBR. There's a few more hiding under there. My library books, my cute little Kindle. And then these are the books on my dresser. This book is amazing. It's the A24 Florida book. I love that. As someone from Florida, I would recommend. Sofia Coppola Archive. And then I have another Sofia Coppola book, but it's hard to get to. Oh, and then these kind of are books, kind of not. Yeah. Can't tell what my favorite book is. I almost forgot to film an outro, but hopefully I will be uploading more videos. No, I will be. I don't know how often. I will link all my socials below, and I hope that I'm welcome in this community. I don't know why I wouldn't be. I don't know why I said that. That was weird. But yeah, I look forward to connecting with more people, and thanks for watching.